Hey guys, so in this video, I want to show you how to create an amazing signature coaching program using our 3C model. Let's have a look. All right, welcome back to the channel, guys. Yuri Elkaim here, founder and CEO of Healthpreneur. And if you are here, it's because you're a health expert, you want to grow your coaching business or your virtual practice, and you might not want to do that all by one-on-one coaching. Nothing wrong with one-on-one except for the fact that it's not scalable and you'll eventually burn out, right? So if you work in a very, very specific manner, dealing with major emotional trauma with very sensitive information, sure, one-on-one has its place. One-on-one has its place. But for everything else, we're talking about weight loss, gut issues, anything else, a group model is going to produce better results for your clients. And I'm not saying this out of theory. We've helped over 1,200 practitioners and health coaches do just this in their businesses. And I'm not saying you have to eliminate one-on-one, but if you want to build a business that helps more people, you have to dissociate the results from the one-on-one, because your time with the client is not and should not be tied to them getting a better result. And if it is, you can't build a business. It's really as simple as that. It's not a business, it's a job that you have at that point. So there's nothing wrong with that, but I just want to provide that context. Now, what I'm about to share with you here is just as applicable as if you're working one-on-one or if you're looking to build out more of a leveraged coaching program. So I call this the 3C model, and this is how we help our clients. So let me just share this on my screen with you. And let me see if I can do this. One sec. I don't know what I'm doing here. There we go. All right, let's get my face up there. Okay, so it's really simple. You have there's a three steps. It's like a wedding cake here, or a podium, however you want to think of it. So here's the thing: is that the base of everything you do should be based on some type of curriculum. And what this means is that when you have clients that come to you, we've talked about this before several times, you have to choose a single target market. If you don't, nothing I'm going to mention here is going to make sense for you because it's impossible to scale. You can't create a curriculum for 10 different conditions and manage that properly. Simplicity scales, complexity fails, okay? If you have a problem with narrowing down to a niche market, that's the least of your concerns. You're going to have major issues with your business. You're not going to be able to market properly. You're not going to be able to attract the right clients. You're going to have a nightmare on delivery. And if you can't wrap your head around this, then you need to do what you need to do to wrap your head around this, okay? It is the single most important decision you make in your business. Your single target market, your perfect client avatar. You help women with gut issues get rid of IBS. Like, that's a single target market, as an example, okay? When you have a single target market, everyone coming to you is essentially doing the same thing, right? There might be some modifications and customizations if you want to, but if 100 clients came to you with the same condition, what is the likelihood that you would be talking about the same thing over and over and over and over again? The likelihood's pretty high. It's going to be 90% of the same conversation. So the goal is that you must extract, articulate, and document/record that knowledge. And that becomes a curriculum that your clients go through step by step by step. Okay? That's the foundation of everything. This is what allows you to step away for a couple of days or take a vacation with your family while your clients are still able to do the work and get results independently of you and your time. If you don't have curriculum as the base, you can't build a signature coaching program and you can't create more freedom in your life. It's simple. So that's the first C. The second C is community. We know that isolation kills, right? We know that elderly people who lose a spouse are much more likely to die very soon thereafter compared to if they had the spouse still with them. We know that isolation is a major issue. And obviously with the whole pandemic, that's been shown time and time again. So if isolation kills, we also know the flip side is that community heals. And for anyone who doesn't believe that there's more power in a group program, you're simply not doing it properly. Like, it's really that simple. We've worked with, again, over 1,200 clients at a very high level here. And every single time, I'm talking about chiropractors who are used to one-on-one adjustments that are coming online and they're building out virtual programs for back pain or other stuff. Physical therapists, naturopathic doctors, personal trainers. Again, people who are used to one-on-one, right? And they're coming online. Some of them are open-minded. Some of them are like, well, there's no way like this is going to produce better results for my clients. And every single time without fail, my clients are getting better results and they actually enjoy the process that much better. Why is that? Well, when you have a single target market of people who are like-minded, you now have a community of people who are moving in the same direction with the same objective. Who would not want to be part of that? And it doesn't matter how exclusive you think your perfect clients are, how private they are, whatever. Everyone benefits from the collective, right? You become a reflection of the 5, 6, 10, 100 people you surround yourself with the most. So if you are only giving your clients you as a coach, they're missing half the equation, if not more. Because if you want to step away from having everything be reliant on you, which again is not a business, it's a job. Let's be clear about that, okay? If you want that to happen, you need to create a system and an ecosystem that provides support and accountability and motivation and answers that are going to exist even if you're not there. And you can't do that with one-on-one. You can't do that by yourself. You have to put people into a community, a group of like-minded individuals who are all moving toward the same destination. I've mentioned this before. One train, one track, everyone's on the same train going to the same single destination. If you have 10 different avatars, well, it doesn't make sense to have one group, right? You have to have 10 different groups, communities. Now you got to manage all that. It's a nightmare, right? So community is important because, as I mentioned, community heals. We know that, let's say the blue zone areas of the world, they live the longest. And one of the reasons for that is because they're surrounded by a great community, right? So it's a missing piece in the healing equation. And it's so simple to create. And I think there's a lot of apprehension around this sometimes, not all the time. I think there's two things. Number one, it's like, well, I don't think people would want to be in a group. They'd rather work with me one-on-one. And that may be true, but it's simply a matter of positioning that. And I'll show you how to do that in a second. The second thing is, if it's a group, it's less valuable. Therefore, I'm going to charge less. No, it's not. It's more valuable. Therefore, you're going to charge more. Right? Like, why would you charge less for a group than one-on-one? Because the thinking, there's two things. Number one is if I'm going to spend my time, I'm going to charge more, which is fine. That makes sense. But the second assumption is if someone works in a group, it's less valuable than a one-on-one relationship. And that may be true based on how you set it up, but it's not true in how we set things up. Okay. And if you don't know how to do this, this is why people come to work with us, because we have figured this out. We know how to create this. And if you don't know how to create a leverage group coaching program that produces incredible results for your clients, even while you're chilling by the pool, you got to think about that for a second, because we're not saying never speak with your clients. We're not saying don't care about your clients. I'm not saying do the bare minimum to get the most results. What I'm saying is you need to build your business around your lifestyle. If you love, like, here's the medical model is friggin' broken, right? Like, let's just be honest. The medical model is I see patients all day long. What kind of nonsense is that? Like, you're a dentist, you're in someone's mouth all day long. You're a chiropractor adjusting spines all day long. Again, amazing professions and amazing skill sets, and we need these people for sure. I'm not saying that's it's not valuable, but you have a choice as the business owner. You have a choice as the practitioner to say, like, do I want to continue doing this forever? But what if there was a better way of helping people that I could still take a vacation? Or you know what, if I was sick one day, I wouldn't have to stress about losing money because my patients weren't getting seen. This is the possibility that you have in front of you with a signature coaching program in a virtual capacity. So you have to build community around what it is you're doing. Otherwise, it's going to be you all the time. All right, so that's the second C. And then the third C is coaching. Now notice the weight or the size of each one of these. Notice how coaching is at the top, not at the very bottom. Okay, because if coaching was in down at the bottom where curriculum is, then the bulk of what you're doing is coaching. And coaching is very, very important. However, you want to think to yourself, how can I help my clients achieve the best possible result, even if they never spoke with me? Think about that as a question to ask yourself. It's not to say that you're going to create a course, right? But if you did a DIY course where someone never, ever, ever speaks with you, how could you help them get the most amazing result possible? That's a good thinking exercise to go through. And then when you combine that with community on top, and then when you combine that with strategic coaching on top of that, then you have incredible results for your clients. So what does the coaching aspect look like? Well, it depends on your delivery. Like in our worlds, we have, with our perfect client pipeline, we have very specific elements to how we help our clients build their business. So we talk about Facebook ads, webinar, obviously copywriting, mindset, sales, delivery, etc. And in our Health Business Accelerator Coaching Program, HBA, we have coaching calls up to 7 calls a day, almost 7 days a week to support our clients in any of those various aspects. The coaching is ridiculous. Nobody on the planet provides the level of coaching and support and accountability and care that we do with our clients. And specifically, we're not just talking about random coaches. We have world-class experts as coaches. These are people that you would probably spend more money to work with them one-on-one outside of our program, but you get all of them literally on demand on a daily basis in our program. It's ridiculous. Yeah, we're way undercharging for what we charge. At least that's the way I see it. Anyways, so the coaching element's massive. So for you, but here's the thing is when I started off, it wasn't 7 calls a day. And I'm not saying you have to provide 7 calls a day. For me, it started off as 1 Q&A call once a week. And then as it grew and as our team grew, things evolved. So you could do all sorts of things. If you're doing one-on-one calls right now, you got to change that immediately to office hours. Office hours gives you the power to say, here are the constraints. I've got a 2-hour block once a week. If you want a 20-minute slot, here's my calendar. As opposed to, let's have another one-on-one call every single week and shoot yourself in the head. The coaching is very, very important. And I think we've cracked this code really well. Coaching is about balancing, supporting people and empowering them. It's not giving them the fish, it's teaching them how to fish. It's letting them struggle, but guiding them through it. It's about asking questions instead of always giving answers. And there's a fine balance. So it's really about moving from doctoring to coaching. This is how you create transformation, right? People don't get transformed by going on a table and getting an adjustment and then going on with their lives without doing anything else on their own. Okay? If you want to help people transform their health, if you are a massage therapist, for instance, and the only way someone can get better temporarily is by getting a massage, that's not transformation. That's transaction. Okay? Now, if you're a massage therapist and you don't think you can help people virtually, then that's a limiting mindset that's never going to serve you. So you have a choice. You keep doing what you're doing, and if you're happy with that, amazing. But if you've got no time in your life, if your hands are broken, if you're just exhausted, if you're burnt out, it doesn't matter if you're a massage therapist or chiropractor or anything, you have to think of a different model. And you have to think about productizing your service. And that's what this 3C model does, is it starts to really help you think through how do I deliver or how could I deliver results for my clients in such a way that frees you up from all the one-on-one, that produces better results for your clients, and that puts them in a community of like-minded individuals that they never want to leave. Because here's the other thing, is when you focus on creating something really amazing, you want to create a product, right? Products in quotes being the program here, that they never want to leave. They're just so blown away by how amazing it is. And this is something that doesn't happen on day one. Our program, our HBA program, has evolved tremendously from where it was. It actually started off many years ago as a 2-day live workshop. Now it's a full-on 12-month coaching program. And we have a less than 1% churn rate, typically on a month-to-month basis, which means that most of our clients, when they come up for renewal, they want to stay on because there's so much value that they get out of being in this community with hundreds of other health professionals just like them building their virtual practices. The coaching and support they get from us, the level of care that we give them, why would they ever want to leave that? And this is something we're very, very proud of and something we spend a lot of time focusing on is how do we create something that people never want to leave? And it's not about putting them into a contract they can never get out of, or like, none of that stuff. It's about creating an environment that they feel like is like their second family. And they would be crazy to consider leaving, because where on earth are they going to get this type of support and camaraderie and a tribe of people who kind of get them? This is what you want to create with your program. And it takes time. So don't expect it to be perfect on day one. But if you follow this model, the 3 C's: curriculum, community, coaching, you'll get closer to that. Okay, so I hope this video makes sense. Again, if you want more help on this, just reach out. This is what we do every single day. Anyways, but in the meantime, just subscribe to the channel. I've got tons of other videos to help you grow an amazing virtual practice. And yeah, so subscribe. Let me know what you like most about this in the comments. I appreciate you watching. I'll see you soon, guys. Bye.